Hello. My name is William Yoon, and today I will be presenting the second web development workshop for IDEA. So in case you guys weren't here for the first workshop, or in case you guys just don't remember the syntax, there is a specific way that you do HTML, and it's in the form of brackets, if you guys remember. And so these couple of bullet points show all the main syntax that you need to include in basically every single page that you create. And so if you need a refresher, just pause, take some time to look over this. This over here is the same thing. So pause again if you need to remember everything. This is regarding all the ways you can mark a text. So you can like highlight it, bold it, italicize it, like make a subscript or superscript. And then this is just some reminder regarding CSS and how to stylize your page and make it so that every single page is different. Again, if you want to take some time to like truly practice it or just absorb this knowledge again, then you can just pause right now. And if not, then I'll go on to our main task for today. So today we will be making your own website. And so the main way that I will be doing this is by showing you certain instructions, and you guys will be in charge of downloading this yourselves, or you guys will be in charge of creating this yourselves by copying down what I write and making your own adjustments so that this page can truly be yours. And so if you guys haven't already, download Bracket, just Bracket, Bracket, and this is going to be your main program to use for like web development. So today's task, again, making your own website. And so there will be 3 pages. One, an information page, where you will introduce yourself, grade, name, age, favorite color, favorite animal. On the second page, you will have any of 5 pictures. So it can be a picture of yourself, picture of your family, picture of your friend, picture of a random like screenshot you took. It can be anything. And then 3 is going to be a random joke. Ultimately, you guys will not have to do like only these pages or these pages specifically if you guys don't feel like it, but this is just a suggestion so that you guys can get used to using the different functions in HTML and get used to making separate pages and connecting them together. So once you guys download Bracket, so just take some time if you haven't to download it, but once you guys have, I want you to start a blank script and to write this. Doc type HTML, HTML lang ENUS. Your title is just your name, and then you end your HTML. And so this exclamation doc type just initiates HTML, makes sure that the website actually reads all the code as like an HTML script. And then the language is just US. That's just a basic thing you have to write inside every single one of your websites, just so that your websites know like, oh, I'm in English, right? And then once you guys write that down, this next page. So, oh, in case you guys didn't know, so when you make your own file, you need to listen carefully. You need to save it as a .html file. If you do not save it as a .html file, then your file won't have all these cool colors like this. And so you're gonna like save something and like make it your name, William Yoon, and then you have to put like save as, put it in a specific folder that you want to like draw it from, or that you want to like put it in, and then put .html, and then that's it. Once you save it, and it should become colorful like this. It should read as an HTML script, and you'll be fine. Okay. So next instruction is once you're done, right below or right in between your HTML script, so where it says like, it can be right before title, you should put all of this. And so it seems like very, I guess, useless. It seems like a pain, but what this does is, first of all, it sets it so that your page, no matter where you see it, is always set on a scale of 1. So that means that your page won't be like zoomed in or zoomed out, depending on like which devices you use, things like that. And additionally, there's going to be a CSS page that you guys will be using. So for this website, typically you will use an external CSS page. And so everything from like link, rel style sheet, style CSS, and then the href, and then the src, those will all be important so that you can first utilize Bootstrap, which is going to be a foundation for making things just a lot simpler. You can use code that you can't really do in HTML by itself. So like you have to use Bootstrap, jQuery as well, and then CSS. So just copy all of this down. And then once you guys are done, then you can resume the video. So because we're making a page with like multiple pages linked to it, so I will have my main page, William Yoon. At the very top, it's going to be a navigation bar. It's going to be like William Yoon picture and an image. And so your goal is so that every single time you click on the nav bar, then you can go back and forth between your pages. And to do this, you have to copy this down. So again, I said that the main portion, or like the main goal of this lesson, is going to be just copying all of this down and making sure that you guys have like this foundation set up. And so once you guys do that, then you guys will be able to make your own modifications. And so you make your nav bar by saying like nav class, write all that down, div class. And so div is just making a division inside your web page. And then there's all these buttons that you can use. So every single time you see an underline means, or that means that's something for you to fill in. And so for the SRC, it's going to be an image. And so this image is going to be the image that you put in the corner of your navigation bar. It's going to be like your main page image. So just putting a random PNG or a JPEG file, and then it should be fine. The alternate is just going to be a word that you want to put up like a script so that when you hover over it, it says like blank. It says like, this is me, or something like that. Let's test it out and see how it works. Where it says LIA href and then blank.html, what you want to do is make a separate HTML file. And so in this separate HTML file, which we're going to go over in these next couple of slides, you have to save it as like number one HTML, and then you pull the name of that file and put it into an href. And so what that does is that you're able to access all these different HTML pages just by clicking a button. And then once you guys do that, you're able to like set this up. If you guys see any errors, or if you guys see any like miswritten words or miswritten HTML scripts, then just feel free to skip it. Because I might have looked over a thing or two, so don't be too worried. Just look over again. Make sure that every single HTML bracket or every single HTML script has a beginning and an end that correlates with it. And so once you guys finish that, you guys will include your words. And so to include your words, you guys will need to do this. And so this just means that like you're going to center your page, and style means that you make it like color black, border 3, padding 10. Ultimately, this is what I use personally. However, you can change all of these styles. You can look on a website and look at you can look at other CSS style syntax, and you can change it so that it's more to your like personal fitting. Again, I wrote my name, and then after that, I put just a family of it. Once I did that, I did, hi, my name is William Yoon, right? I did H4, I did strong, which means that it's going to be like a specific type of text. I ended div, and I ended my H4. And so once you write all this down, you should have ideally something that says like your name in brackets, and additionally something in the bottom that says, hi, my name is blank. And so once you guys finish that, then just take some time to include any other words that you guys like want to add. Even though this isn't really like this isn't required, again, this is just something for you to do on your personal time. I would recommend just filling out this page as much as possible so that you do practice like putting words on your page. You do practice like stylizing your page so that's different colors, different fonts, has different borders, has different like I guess centers and like paddings and whatnot. You guys can look more on CSS if you just look it up online, so feel free to do that. Once you guys include your words, then this is going to be checkpoint number 1. So just take this time to just look up anything that you might be confused about. Again, since this is a recording, I can't answer questions for you, but if you do have a question, you feel free to email me, or just take this time to just spend like 5-10 minutes writing your first page and putting script in it. Once you guys are good on that, here's your picture page. And so what you guys will do is copy and paste what you guys wrote in the very first page. So like this entire script where it's like the dog type and it's going to be the huge like SRC with like those really, really long lines and like Bootstrap and CSS, as well as navigation bar. Copy and paste that into this page as well. And so what that does is it makes it so that every single page is connected. So if you see where it says href like blank 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 .html, that means that every single page, when you click the navigation bar, you can access the same pages like all across the board. So if I was on the picture page and I was on my main page, then I would be able to access the joke page from both locations. And then additionally, if you guys notice, it says href william.html. So I named my file william.html, my main file. And so what this does is that the corner image that you guys were supposed to fill in with a random picture, when you click that corner image, it brings you back to your main page. And so copy and paste all of these down, and then you guys can now include pictures. And so there's currently 2 types of pictures that you guys can use. Again, there's a lot more, but these are like 2 basic styles, I suppose. So there's one where you have a picture in the background. And so again, there's all these different stylizations that you have, like centered, padding 0, margin 0. You have like the animations where it's like fade in up. And then you have like the width, the opacity. So opacity is just how transparent your image is. And again, like the image as circle is just how you want your image to be cut out. So my image was cut out like this on the back page. You can make yours a square. You can make yours like an oval, a circle, whatever you want to. Fill in the SRC again with a random PNG or JPEG that you guys want to include. So number 1 is the background image. Number 2, which is the margin 20 container row, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be what you guys will use to put separate pictures just on the page. And so rather than having it as an entire background, you have just a picture on a page. So it's like you can have multiple different squares, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you guys can make it so that you show multiple pages, or you show multiple pictures on the same page rather than having like a single background page and that's it. So just mess around with these and try to see exactly what changing like the margin does to width, the height. Look up the different classes of like center block, or the different ways that you can like place your picture on the page. So I chose center block. Try to look up what's like row and the column -sm-4 means. And so you can do all of this just by looking it up online. This is all basically Bootstrap. And so Bootstrap, again, it does things that HTML isn't able to do. And so I would recommend a website such as WeSchools. They do a great Bootstrap tutorial. And so once you guys finish up with this page, then second checkpoint. So if you guys have any other like questions, let me know. If you guys want to spend some time like copying down my code or spend some time writing down like anything you want on your page, including any single pictures or like watching a video online about how to do this or that, I would recommend that you do it right now so that you don't forget about it later on. And so if this checkpoint is good for you, then the final page, your joke page. So again, just just make a new page, right? And then save it as an HTML file. So it'll be like joke.html, and then copy every single script that was both on the picture page and your main page, and then just copy and paste it into your joke HTML, and that way it's like fluent all across the board, and you can go from one page to another. Make sure that you fill in the underlines the same way that you filled in the underlines in your other pages. And so once you guys have this done, which should be easy considering how you did it 2 times already, so you can just like copy and paste, you know. Now you can include your joke. And so this joke, it can be like blank, 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 but it's just something that I included. And so like you can have all these different stylizations, like your font family is like sans serif, your width is blank, top 70% color black, there's white space, and there's the white space is like pre-wrap, so it's like it goes from here to there. Once you guys write down this code, just feel free to like test around writing different, I guess, like jokes inside or anything else that you want to include. Maybe changing the types of syntax you use. So maybe instead of strong, you use another syntax that I included in the beginning. Instead of H4, maybe like H2, you can try changing up the order, right? And see if that has any effect. You can try just stacking multiple different syntax on top of each other and see what happens. But yeah, aside from that, everything regarding building your page is going to be up to you. So this is going to be your basic foundation, but ultimately you guys will be required to do some of your own research, look up exactly how to like change this CSS, because the field of like web development of like basic web development is really vast, and so there's a lot of different cool things that you can do. You just have to look for it and learn how to do it. And so once you guys finish up with your 3 main pages, you might be thinking, so what about the CSS page? What about the external CSS page? And so what we included over here, where it says style equals blah, 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 that is considered internal CSS, or that is considered CSS. However, this will not be the main CSS that you're going to use for your page. This CSS, where you have like the font family, this, and that, these are just to define your separate sections, your separate like division sections. However, there's going to be an external CSS page where you pull a majority of your like stylizations from, or like you pull a majority of your style syntax from. And so the way to do this is just write a code. So in the beginning, you saw styles.css. So name a new spreadsheet, styles.css, and then I want you to copy down everything you see on these pages. And so there's like your body, background, H1, H2, H4, P centered. These will all just be the basic foundation of like your page in terms of style. You guys can change it around. You guys can add different ones. So maybe like instead of H1, it's like H6 if you guys include that, if you guys use that. Instead of like H2, you can include strong because you guys did use that inside your HTML page. And so write all of this down, and then write all of these down. And so typically you want to keep everything related to navbar. So you have like navbar, navlink, navbar brand, navlink, navlink hover, navbar collapse. But everything else that's not related to navbar, so like your like H1, H2, H4, your center, those can all be changed. And so if you guys want to, just feel free to just change around the variables. If you guys want to change navbar, then feel free to just see what every single variable does, see what changing like a number here or there does to your page. all you need to do is just refresh your page and it should be updated. And if that doesn't work, then all you have to do is just go to wherever your file is located and just double click it, and it should pull up into Chrome or Firefox or whatever internet browser that you use. So once you guys have all this down, then checkpoint 3, if you have any questions, let me know. If you guys want to spend some more time on this page, then feel free to. I actually recommend it. And if you guys are thinking like, when will this end? This is actually the last checkpoint. So besides this, you are free to go. Yep. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Resources, We3Schools and Practice. Ideally, this will be a foundation for you guys, but you guys will do a lot of your own learning at your own pace in your own time. And besides that, I wish you the best of luck. Bye.